Alright, I will just record this then. Haha. So we have this for our records.
Oh
The,
no.
the 1955 Elbonian Resistance of Freedom New Army Proposals. Vigan, would you like to start us off? Just post it in general and I'll just get the pictures from there.
Yes. Right. So we begin with firearms, yes?
Small arms, yes.
Small arms. Right. Well, it is 1955. Semi-automatic rifles have become
I,
not just common, but standard
yep.
amongst most militaries, both free and communist around the world. And Elbonia will be no different. I propose a German design, which we can very easily acquire from the Soviets for the cheap. I present to you
I think I know what
the
this is.
image and post the Gewehr 41 Mauser.
Oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
This is a Gewehr 41 made by the Mauser Company to the original standards of what the proposal was, which is a semi-automatic rifle which can also operate as a bolt-action rifle in the event that the gas system failed to work,
Which I assume it
which
often did.
on these it often did.
Yeah.
Um, the Wehrmacht soldiers who were issued these would frequently try and get a Kar 98 instead. 10 rounds of 8mm Mauser in a slightly modified Kar 98 stock, which keeps it in fairly common form. You know, there wouldn't be much change as far as like ergonomics and training in that regards as far as holding a rifle. And I mean, it just kind of looks cool.
Okay.
Anyway, this is my proposal. The
Okay.
Gewehr 41
So we
M.
were. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
All right. We were kind of. I'm streaming my screen, by the way, so you can see me go through it.
Oh, sure.
Uh, we were kind of on the same thought there. We were thinking, you know, Axis semi-automatic rifles,
Right.
but mine is a bit different
Mm-hmm.
necessarily. Uh, so while you went for the German design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like with this, I went for something a bit radically different. I present to
Radically, you
you
say?
a very small image. I present to you the ZH-29.
Oh, okay. The Czech rifle is not what I was thinking.
Specifically, I present to you the ZH-29 that was offered to American trials, U.S. Army trials, which is chambered in 276 Peterson.
Oh, so that competed for the M1 Garand.
Yes, it did. It was created in 1929 by a very smart Czechoslovakian man,
Mm-hmm.
um, whose name I can no longer find on this article.
Probably can't pronounce correctly, anyways.
Probably not. But the aluminum barrel jacket
Mm-hmm.
was also a choice. But yeah, it was submitted to the U.S. Army trials, chambered in 276 Peterson. It was unsuccessful there, but that same contract made its way to El Jefe, and he fell in love with it.
I mean, 276 Pedersen's not exactly a bad round.
The,
Um,
these were originally chambered in 7.92 Mauser,
yep, 8 mil.
so
Okay. Um,
they're gas operated tilting bolt.
quick tangent right now, but the original Pedersen rifles that competed against the what would
Oh,
become the
hey,
M1.
sorry, I'm here.
Okay.
All good. We just started. The Pedersen rifles that competed against John Garand's design were toggle lock like a Luger.
That's pretty cool.
Uh, Forgotten Weapons has some really old videos, like 10 years old now, that have some slow motion footage of those rifles. It's pretty cool.
Vigan, what rifle is that?
Mine is the Gewehr 41M,
Ah,
the terrible, terrible, yet still slightly useful uh, semi and bolt action
mhm.
proposal to the original, whatever it was, Lorem Ipsum.
Lorem ipsum. I'll get. Brad, do you need to know mine?
I will in just a second.
Okay.
My choice was the ZH-29 in 276 Peterson. As it was submitted for U.S. trials. All right. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and just post it in general. We're just going to spam general with all this. We'll just go ahead and post it there, and you can start explaining it. Oh, also, running tally so far. Um, I don't know. I think El Jefe doesn't kill you for the Gewehr.
Okay.
Okay, that means I'm fine because mine's basically just a Swedish Gewehr.
Um, However, what I did fail to mention, the Gewehr 41M hates mud. We also know that it hates cold. But we don't know how it will do in the tropics.
I mean, by that point,
PG-42.
by that point, you could run away from the country before
True.
they have to worry about that.
True.
Um, I'm very
Also,
biased. I don't think I get killed for my choice by either
I
side.
think you do, just because of the difficulty in acquiring 276 Pedersen.
No. It's a vastly superior cartridge to 8mm Mauser. We could
It
spin up
is.
we could spin up our own factories here in the country to produce it, which we have plenty of labor. People are wanting fridges.
This
Uh,
is true.
they're going to be looking for jobs. So
Yeah.
this is a job building program as well.
Mm.
so I was originally going to use the Hakim, but I thought the 792 would be too powerful. So
I was going to use the Hakim originally.
I was
went with
also debating.
So I went with the 6.5 AG M42.
Mm.
If I remember right, it's like this.
So it does have a similar um, gas operation to the FAL.
Mm.
However, it was a maintenance
Swedish.
nightmare.
Brad. Swedish.
Why do I always do this?
Brad. 6'5", Swede. 7'5", Swiss.
Okay, that's where I get confused. Okay. I mean,
I don't think El Jefe shoots you unless he forgets to turn the safety on when he operates one.
God, the
Or
safeties
the
are awful,
bites him.
aren't they? Yeah.
or or the gas tube rusts out and it just launches back into his face.
Yeah. But if he goes to operate it and doesn't turn the safety on when he goes to load in those rounds, oh boy, he's
Mhm.
getting Hakeem Thumb, which is a million times worse than Garen Thumb.
All right. Moving on to something boomy, vegan. Or do you want to go like snake? We can do Corvid again.
I just request that I go first for the tanks.
I mean, you would go first either way for that.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Something
He
boomy.
said 1 second, so go ahead. Yes.
Let me get a picture.
Right. I propose. Where's my picture? There it is. No, wait. All right, one more. Copy image. The 38 centimeter.
Is this the? Oh, this is not
Uh,
what I chose. Okay.
Belagerungshaubitze M16.
Please post that also, so I don't have to try to spell that. Please, I don't want to spell that.
Oh, you went with a stationary emplacement.
Oh, he did. All right, go ahead. Why should we not kill you for a 380 millimeter gun?
Well, think about the demonstration of power of a 380 millimeter gun. El Jefe would absolutely love that.
Oh God,
It's too
this is gonna be awful. Dude,
fucking German.
I'm gonna
What a
have to,
language. I love it.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? You're breaking the formatting here.
You're gonna shoot. I'm gonna get shot just for the name, aren't I?
I'm
He tries
considering
to spell it. I don't want to do this. Kill him.
Shoot that
Right,
guy.
I'm gonna get shot by Elbonian logistics just because they have to keep writing that on a form.
At
Anyway.
what point do they just make a stamp of it?
Hopefully, pretty quickly.
But
Biggins' dying words are, you could have stamped.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and make this smaller for mine. Please continue. Oh,
that's really the big thing. Is like, it's a projection of power. It's big. When you put it on parade, you've got the horses. You've got the.
so it is a mobile. It is a mobile artillery unit.
Yeah, you just have to set it up.
On like a trailer.
Hang on. Howitzer was transported in 4 loads. The barrel, the mount, one for each half of the firing or bedding platform. Each load was carried by an 8-wheel electric-powered trailer.
He's introducing EVs into Elbonia.
No, not just that. This is a
That's gonna
Porsche
get you
design.
shot for sure.
This is one of Porsche's crazy hybrid designs.
Oh God.
What was it?
Alright.
Horse and engine? Is that what the hybrid is?
No,
I don't think I don't think the CIA or El Jefe kills you, but I do think you're at a high risk of being murdered by logistics.
yeah.
So I think for our intents and purposes, you live, but expect to have many angry people with you, or many people angry with you.
For our intents and purposes, you live, but expect that to change.
Fine. All right.
All right. You thought your name was long.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Is it also German?
No, it's French.
Ah, mon dieu.
I decided to go with something French and something, not quite as large, but self-propelled.
Okay.
I would like to present to you, I'm gonna slaughter this, the Mortier 280mm Tir de Schneider sur Affût Cheneuse Saint-Chamond.
All I got out of that was Schneider and Saint-Chamond.
It is a 280mm self-propelled gun produced in 1919.
1919, okay. Surely the one that you're going to present to El Jefe is not going to be as rusty as that one.
No, okay, no. This is just the picture that was on that I could find quickly. This is at the Bundeswehr Military History Museum in Dresden.
What was the caliber of this? Sorry.
280 millimeters.
Hmm.
It is a Schneider Etsi gun design and on a Saint Chamond chassis or carriage, they say. It is 120 horsepower. It can do a maximum speed of 3 mile an hour on road and 1.6 miles per hour off road. But look at it. That gun is huge. And it moves itself. You don't need to have 16 horses around and 18 carriages to get it anywhere.
I think you live until the first parade.
It's not going to be a great parade vehicle.
Until
No,
it
it's
takes
not gonna be a
45
great
minutes
parade
to get
vehicle.
through the parade route.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just.
Jesus.
Yeah, I said I'm. Fix.
It's
It's not
so
it's not
small.
it's not a short name. I will admit it's.
Modier 280mm TR de Schneider sur la feu Chanel Saint-Chamond.
What did you just call me?
I might be able to get it on 2 lines. Oh yeah.
That'll be the last words you ever hear before a cannonball goes through your eyelids.
No, there's.
I
No
feel
way.
like I
Too
did a
much.
better job
Yes, too
pronouncing it than Brad did.
Oh, you did. I
Yeah.
can't. I gladly,
Yeah, but Brad's made him laugh.
willingly cannot speak French.
Mine was just a single word.
No, mine was the whole name.
Yeah.
Like I said, I laughed at yours, but I knew mine was worse. So yeah, that is mine. That is.
All right. So
If I could find any pictures of it in period moving around, I would. But I will say, they're small things. It would have gotten here by the Germans because they captured a bunch when the French realized there was 0% chance of running away with them. So they scuttled
Right.
what they had.
So they might not work.
No, they'll work great. They were fixed by the Germans
Ah.
and the Vichy French.
my turn.
Yes.
Okay. So I went somewhere in between the other two proposals.
I
It
hope
is-
so.
It is the smallest caliber of the three.
Okay.
However, there was a significant surplus of ammunition available for this that could be gotten for the cheap
Oh.
because it was involved in both world wars.
Oh no.
Okay.
It is British, and it is an 8-inch howitzer, Mark 8.
Damn.
Huh. It's just a Mark 8 howitzer.
That is actually a really good idea. What are the specs? Like, what's the range? And how many rounds per minute?
One moment. I had this written down, but it killed itself when I launched Crusader Kings.
Okay.
So the range is not a selling point.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume
I remember
it's
that.
It's British, so I assume they did that.
It was up to 11.2 kilometers.
Oh, it's a howitzer. That's still
Yeah.
not bad, given how old it is.
It was originally designed. It was designed between Britain and the U.S. Then they all got sent to Britain. Then they got sent to France. Then the 7.2-inch howitzer came and they got replaced. So there is a lot of them available. I can't find the phrase.
Wait,
I
what
think
was
the
it?
resistance
What was your
kills you.
range?
11.2 kilometer.
God damn. That's really good compared to mine.
Yeah, but yours is a huge round.
See, mine is wait, no, it's 1,000 meters to a kilometer. Never
Yeah.
mind. Mine's similar. It's 11 km too. 2 rounds per minute. 2 rounds per minute. Let's go.
The fire rate was 1 round per minute.
Mm.
I think he lives because his is statistically worse than mine on everything except speed, because it's going to be attached to a truck or a horse rather than driving itself.
Yeah.
And they're easier to maintain.
They're easier to maintain, and there's a lot of them. And that's why I think it's the resistance that might still. Well, then again, if it is only around a minute.
Yeah, no, it's only either El Jefe or this. Would the CIA kill him? Is this too good? Would the CIA kill him in order to stop them? Because you got to remember, we are the resistance. This is what we're using to take back the country.
We also have to remember the CIA know exactly how these work and how to counter them.
True.
So the question becomes: Is it too good so the CIA kills you, or is it so bad El Jefe kills you?
This feels rigged.
Yeah, that's kind of.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, maybe
fun
it is
next
too
time.
bad that the CIA doesn't kill. Although, then again, if you don't die, Brad, with how terrible your fucking thing is,
Look at how big the gun is.
right, but 1 mile an hour.
We're gonna tell him that it can't be used for parades because it needs to be on standby near hot zones.
You can easily use mine for a parade, more easily than either of yours.
Yeah, wait, Megan, if mine can't be used in a parade, yours can't really be used. Yours is gonna be taken through the parade in pieces.
Yeah, but it's gonna look cool because we're gonna have the hybrid trucks and the horses and like a battalion's worth of men. You know, I'm amazed that I'm not getting shot, to be honest.
Yeah, the sheer size is saving you. I'm gonna be honest.
He starts talking about how it's a hybrid. He pulls out his gun to shoot you, but wait, it bump starts. Oh, okay. I want to see this.
No, it's a Porsche.
Yeah.
The gun lowers a little bit. All right.
His gun lowers a little bit. The CIA locks on their mortar strike.
All right. Let's move on to armor.
All right.
No.
Gentlemen, as we know, there is one country that is a byword for amazing tanks.
Oh, Jesus
Some
Christ.
of the best tanks in recorded history.
Oh, it's France.
With an outstanding, esteemed, dare I say, legendary history. Gentlemen, I present the greatest fighting vehicle ever produced. The Polish TKS.
Oh, you're getting killed by the El Jefe.
You're getting shot immediately.
You're not surviving. You're getting murdered by El Jefe on the spot.
You don't even finish the word Polish.
Now, I'm joking about that one. No, my actual suggestion is the greatest fighting vehicle the Soviet Union ever produced. The KV-2.
God, why is this picture from World of Tanks?
I just wanted one that was in color and it wasn't a museum piece.
All right, well that makes sense. That'd be the only.
It was War Thunder or World of Tanks. I just picked whichever picture looked better.
Does it have the 152 on it?
Yes.
Of course it does. All right, why shouldn't the CIA kill you?
Oh. Turret armor?
I don't know that that's a good enough excuse.
It's old. The reload speed?
You went from one extreme to the other.
I think that was his point.
That's about really all I've got. It's big. It's a really big target.
That's fair. Although if we're fighting in an urban environment, it can also just be mistaken as a small shed.
Shit.
It's also highly effective at being a siege weapon.
Yeah, you've got two explodey thingies.
I mean, the fact that it's only slightly larger than half the size of the other one is a bit worrying. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. I can't do math. I was doing math on mine. It's almost half as big as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And before you see that I've picked the,
I'm getting shot, aren't I?
you're probably getting shot for that one. All right.
Is it my turn?
No, it's mine.
No.
Gentlemen, while you may think the Russians know their armor design, that is simply false. There is but one country who has a long history with the tank that could properly give us what we need in this new time. You gotta
It's the
think.
Italians, isn't it?
Small, light tanks, things of the past.
Oh no.
We're trying to fight
Oh,
a modern
no.
war. And for that, I present to you the Carro Armata P2640.
Oh, it is Italian. Wait, isn't this the one that can be penetrated by like rifles?
No. This is an Italian heavy tank with up to 60 millimeters of armor on the front. On the turret.
Heavy tank, you say?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. It even has a 75 millimeter gun on it.
Wow.
There were at least 100 of these built before the Italians were defeated by the Allies. And I think if they had more of these, it would have been probably not possible for them to beat the Allies at that time. This is simply a much better tank than anything they were producing in 1943. And I think that it would be really cheap to pick up. Would be really easy to get because the Germans took over a bunch of them, and probably could have sent them to South America for the Mexican fight against the U.S. I'm saying.
Right. Or they got captured by the Soviets and then were available for donation to anyone with slight communist leans. I think Brad's microphone just died.
It did while
think it
in
did,
mid
too.
sentence, but
Mm.
I don't see any way I get murdered for this. I am very biased in that though.
You know, I'll be honest. As soon as you said, when you started to do your lead in on that, I was thinking it was going to be like a Hago, something Japanese.
No, like I said, my original idea was the Renault R35, but then this is too perfect. I mean, look at it. It's big. It's nearly it's 26 tons.
I mean, if you hide the numbers from El Jefe, but it's only got a 75, and he's gonna look at that and I don't know, Corvid. What do you think?
You gotta I mean, 75 is as big as any other gun in Central or South America at the time.
He's got a point.
Yeah. But El Jefe.
The CIA are
knows
laughing
what
with their Pershings,
exists.
by the way, or early patents. Early patents at this
Yeah.
point, I think. Yeah, but that's besides the point.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah.
I'll
'Cause, like-
give it to him. We still have
4 more things.
4 more rounds to go.
Yeah. All right. You'll live this time.
My ship might get me killed, but it depends on you guys.
All right.
Actually, my fighter might get me killed. Okay. Anyways.
I've gone with a completely different doctrinal approach.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
We are moving towards the enemy. We have the element of surprise. We need speed on our side. But we know that the British Crusader tanks cannot be trusted.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh
Ladies
no.
and gentlemen,
Oh
I
no.
present to you. Hold on.
Oh.
The Carro Armato M. Salare Sarahino.
Or
Okay.
Italian.
I want you to know how close I was. That was what I was debating on between that, and the P-26.
So CIA, this cannot penetrate your patents, so you don't need to worry.
What is that? Like a
It's
It's a
47?
47.
most of them came with 47s.
47 solid shot.
There was an option
Oh.
for a 75, but they never
That
really.
never happened.
They never. It was planned to put a 75 in it, but it never happened because the Italians surrendered.
Yeah. And no one will ever expect it because we have the one prototype that we can reverse engineer.
How long is it going to take to spool up production?
It's basically just flat steel panels, so it shouldn't be too bad.
No, okay.
It's
No,
rivets.
it's going to be cheap then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rivets.
It's rivets.
Oh, those look cool. El Jefe likes things that look cool.
It's straight steel panels with rivets on a Crusader suspension from Wish.
I think you live. However, much as the logistics division is going to kill me for my 38 centimeter, whatever it's called, because they need to get a stamp instead of writing it down. I think eventually you're going to get killed by the armored corps because of rivets flying into their faces when they get shot.
Rivets won't fly into your face if you're inside. They'll shoot outwards because that's how
Okay.
pressure differentials work.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ooh, support infantry. Bad time.
They're dying for the cause.
Yeah.
Nice. It's just big enough to fit.
Corbin's reply to that is, I didn't know we were supposed to be worrying about them.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that part.
Well, I guess that
They're
wasn't.
not my concern.
I love the fact that we both went to the Italians.
The Italians had some fun stuff.
So, I actually thought about using the Italian tankette as my first suggestion before I went to the TKS and then the KV2. I also thought about the Panther, but then I thought, well, the Panther might be just good enough that the CIA kills me, and just unreliable enough that Heffe kills me.
I think Heffe will have at this point in time heard about its reliability issues on the Western Front.
Yeah, or it breaks down during a parade and I'm shot on the spot.
Oh, I mean, it would break down during the initial showing of it to him.
Ugh.
You wanna know what I was gonna do before the Acero?
Mm.
Let me scroll down in my history and find it.
Oh, wait,
I
that's
was-
right. Vegan pinged me.
I've
or
also been
something.
applying to jobs.
Okay.
Oh, I have to happy that. Happy.
Go ahead and keep going, and I'll tell you when I get to it.
Okay, that's fine. Vigan, you're up. What is your fighter?
Right. So I'll start off by saying initially my fighter was going to be a P-39.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
But then I started hearing you guys say jets. And I thought, well, yeah, it is 1955. There are plenty
It's
of
the
jets
jet
going
age.
around at this
Yeah.
point. It is the jet age. But we don't have a ton of money. But we do want jets. So why don't we use a jet that's been in production for a long time, has only within the past
Here's what I was gonna use.
7 years
I was
been
looking at armored cars too.
had the production turned down or
Okay.
shut down,
Like
and it looks cool.
Modern years.
Yes.
Okay.
No, sorry, 1950s.
Okay.
1950s ish. It looks cool. and it packs a pretty good armament. Ladies and gentlemen, you might think that what I am presenting to you is something else. However, what I am presenting to you is the Avia S92, a clone of the Messerschmitt Me-262.
One of like 3 of them.
Hey, they made like 30 something.
No, 3 different clones.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. What engines did this clone use? Might I ask?
Well, yes.
Can you put that name in there? Because I don't know how to spell that.
Well, the same ones.
Oh,
They too used the Junkers.
good news. The CIA isn't killing you.
Mm.
Bad news. El Heffe might.
Oh.
I'll leave it up in the air because I don't think it'll be immediate. It is a jet. I think you might get a pass on that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying you probably shouldn't get too comfortable.
Right.
What was the name?
Avia
God.
AVIA S92.
I'm assuming that's a .92. It's Czech.
It's a dash.
Oh fuck! Dude.
They also made a 2-seater
Oh Jesus Christ!
called the CS92.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, they made 12 total. Never mind.
All right. Well, it's on to me. I have decided that at this point, maybe we're getting a bit too close to Europe. With a lot of everything here, like it's gonna be a lot.
No.
There's a lot
Uh-uh.
of there's a lot of logistics involved in ordering things from Europe and getting them across the Atlantic and everything like that. So instead, I've decided to go for something built a bit closer to home. So I would like to present to you.
Gonna be Mexican.
No. It's gonna be the Argentinian,
Oh.
the Puqui, or whatever.
The FMA 33 Pulqui 2.
No! I'm so glad I didn't pick that now, because I nearly did over the S92.
This is not the original. This is the second version of it, which was much more successful. Had swept wings and everything like that. Has some future combat presence in it in 1955 in the Argentinian Revolution, but it is, as you can see, a jet for the modern times, produced in the homeland by Argentina. And while Argentina may not have actually went through with it because they decided to buy F-86s, I believe we could easily get them to build some for us. And these are fantastic planes. They're very fast, I've been told. They carry weapons, and look at it. It looks like a MiG-15.
It looks like a
Hey.
bathtub.
Hey, Brad.
Yes.
What's the top speed of that?
This is a very long pause.
It is.
I have to. I'm reading through.
He's trying to fudge numbers to
here we
prevent
go.
the
Yep.
CIA from hunting him down.
Yep.
I will say in the second prototype, they revealed severe vibration at about 621 miles per
Is
hour.
that kilometers or knots?
Miles. It's 1,000 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
But I was told they fixed it, but that, I mean, that was one where they lost several prototypes when testing. So, that may not look great, but they built 5 prototypes and they supposedly had it mostly okay. They had an anticipated maximum speed of Mach 0.98. They were open to foreign buyers. The Netherlands and Egypt almost bought them. So there is this is something that would have happened.
God, do I want to shoot you right now? If I'm the CIA. No, not even the CIA. If I'm Heffe.
I think he's found the one vehicle that would get him shot from both sides.
Yeah.
Why would the CIA shoot me? The
Because
F-86 is
if
much
your
better.
theoretical complete statistics are correct for a production variant, we don't know about like turn circle or energy sustainment or anything like that, but just based on the speed and likely what engine did it have? Probably a Neen, Rolls-Royce Neen.
So I will say it had 4 20mm Hispano Mark V cannons.
Okay.
It had no radar.
Right.
It was a
Pretty standard
dedicated.
for the time.
It had a Nene engine with an afterburner.
Right, Rolls-Royce Neen with an afterburner. Okay, yeah, you're getting shot.
Yeah.
Wait. The production
Brad,
version was going to have the afterburner.
What you've done is you've found a better J-29.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't really. It wasn't rated great for turns, and it was extremely tricky to land and crashed a lot when doing that.
Just like the J-29.
Yeah. I mean, unless we sent, let's see, it's 1955. Unless the CIA, God, I mean, it'd be F-100s that he'd have to fight, and sabers,
I will
super
say
sabers and sabers,
the other
Thunder
thing,
Streaks.
yeah, 100s and 102s probably, and 86s. Meteor F4s were what the Argentinians also had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting shot. I think the CIA is going to napalm your house, and
You want to know what the best
Heffe
part is?
Heffe is going to probably shoot you when he sees one crash.
Oh yeah, apparently the oxygen system was also unreliable.
Mm.
But the guy who designed this, after during the coup, I'll say,
It was Kurt Tank, wasn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
he went to India and he developed the HF-24 Marut.
Mm-hmm.
Was what he did after this.
Kurt Tank, also famous for developing the FW-190.
I mean, that is where the original version of this, the Pulqui 1 was basically an FW-190 with a jet engine.
Yeah.
This is the better version of it. I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah. Yep.
Great. All right, what do you got, Corbin?
Hey, Brad, to put it this way, your corpse is getting shot.
This might get me shot from the other side of the table.
I was worried about my ship, not this.
However, we need to be realistic with our resource availability. Yes?
Yes.
Jets are expensive.
Sure are.
And these early jets take a bit to get up to speed. You know what doesn't have these problems? Piston engines.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Good old reliable piston
Oh,
engines. And you
no.
know what always makes a piston engine better?
When it's a
That
radial.
sweet, supple whine
Of
of a
supercharger.
supercharger.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's P40s, isn't it?
And you know what increases the survivability of an aircraft with a piston engine?
Oh, it's
Self-sealing fuel
P47s.
tanks and armor.
Putting the piston engine in the back.
Oh God.
My
Oh,
friends,
Oh, no.
present to
it's
you
a P400.
I present to you the most survivable aircraft we can possibly procure that can keep up with early jets that they may be getting from specific Soviet governments.
Oh no! Wait.
It's also unique to look at.
I'm still waiting for the
I
picture.
present. I have to figure out how to pronounce this.
Oh God.
The Sudwest SO 8000.
Oh!
I'm gonna ask you to paste that in the chat.
The additional bonus to this is that you can also use it as as all three of these, a fighter, an interceptor, and a strike aircraft.
Mm. The narval, yeah. For whatever reason, I kept wanting to say dolphin. Yeah. That's quite the cool-looking aircraft, isn't it? Heffe is gonna love it for that.
That's what I'm relying on.
But
because
it's not a jet
it was
though.
But look at it. It looks like a jet.
It would be pretty ezy to retrofit a jet engine into
Yeah,
that
it'd
when
be
we
like
have
what
the
Saab did with the
resources.
J21.
Yeah. Oh no, caps. I mean...
Fly. Do you know what my other what option I chose before? Because this was the second thing I went to. Do you know what I was going to use before this?
What?
Yak 17.
Until you got called out for it.
No, because I was already planning on swapping to this.
Oh.
Mm. My original my original one was going to be the CR-42. The Italian biplane.
I was gonna use the J29A.
Mm.
And then I remembered that it had an afterburner.
You definitely get shot for that.
I didn't
Yeah.
read far enough ahead to see that this had an afterburner. I didn't read into the stats. I saw it was Argentinian, and thought, funny, and picked it. I read enough to see that it was unable to reach its potential, and the Argentine government ultimately chose to purchase F-86 Sabres. And I was like, the CIA is gonna be fine with this. This is worse than an F-86.
Yes, the narval is slower than jets that would have been fielded by the great superpowers. However, it would have been significantly faster than any prop cap propeller driven CAP aircraft.
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry.
I think
This is based on the Focke-Wulf TA-183.
Heffe lets you live. Because he just thinks it looks cool. And it's French. And keep in mind who is up in the corner. The CIA... I don't know. Brad, what do you think?
I think the CIA lets them live because they look at that and they go, that's not even a threat to them.
Mm.
Also, imagine a flight of 3 of those doing a flyover at a parade.
Right?
3 of the 4 that were ever made, but you know.
The 4th one is a cranking spare on standby.
I mean, hey, that's more than mine got made.
I think the 4th one exploded due to longitudinal instability while it was landing. So.
Mm.
Oh, it also has 8-bladed contra-rotating props.
That's cool.
All right. What do you got for a bomber, Vigan?
Right. Well, as Corvid said, either for the howitzer or for his tank, we need to be frugal and economic. My suggestion for a bomber is economic because it can serve as a bomber, a torpedo bomber, and a cargo aircraft, all of which are useful. And this was a widely produced aircraft by a nation known for its aviation know-how and prowess during World War II. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 3 Coca-Cola cans hooked up to a shed. The Savoia
no.
Marchetti SM-79 Sparviero.
Weren't those made out of wood?
No, it's just corrugated metal.
It's gonna be very
Oh,
awkward.
it was.
in
I'm
a
thinking of
second.
the F222.
Yeah. With 3 engines, which, Heffe would think was cool. It still's got guns, crew served guns. Let's not talk about the fact that it's relatively slow. Its payload probably isn't the best. But both of those are things that the CIA won't mind. And it still serves as a bomber. Which, I mean, yeah, are there better options? Definitely. But given the most common bomber in Central and South America at that time was probably the B-25, I don't think I'm too far off the mark.
Right. I think you probably live with that. I may be slightly biased in saying that, though, as you will see momentarily.
I
Did you both pick the SN79?
I did not. I picked a plane much better. Because while mine may not have been used only as a bomber, it was quite often a very effective troop transport. It was also quite often a very effective cargo plane, while also being a very effective plane.
Oh,
Gentlemen, I present to you the Savoia Marchetti SM-82.
no. Oh! I was thinking it was gonna be the JU-52.
Nope.
It's pretty much the same thing.
I will make it bigger for you guys to see. This was indeed used as a bomber for a while. There were many of these made, several hundred. 700 plus, actually. And it wasn't retired in Italian service until the 50s. Yeah. So, these would still be, like, spare parts available. It has a 4,000 pound, like, payload. And I mean, look at it. Once again, 3 engines. Who doesn't like that? It's combat proven. And it's multi-role.
If I said that either side was going to shoot you, then they would definitely shoot me. So I can't. Corbett, honestly, both of our fates are up to you on this one.
I can't think of a reason why you would be shot over that.
Any of its downsides can be explained away by calling it a multi-role aircraft, which he will like because it will save him money.
No, wait, I can think of something. It's not called Sparviero. What's the SM-82's nickname?
The marsupiale.
Oh, shit. All right.
So, looking at your guys' selections, I'm 100% getting assassinated by the CIA with this pick.
Oh, no.
God, it's too late to change now.
Did you pick a B-52? Oh, wait, that
No.
would have been
I
60s.
picked something significantly smaller.
Oh.
Oh.
And
I debated picking a fighter bomber, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm going to post this picture, but hear me out before you make judgment.
Okay.
And by
Okay.
hear me out, I need to copy something from Wikipedia.
Wait a second. Wait.
Is it Mauler?
Yes.
Hmm.
Alright, you're
Hold
on
on.
thin fucking ice here, bud.
Let
The
me find.
CIA is
Questioning how you got it first.
the
They were
CIA
out
is
of- they were out
programming
of
Lee
service
Harvey
by now.
Oswald right now.
Just because they're out of service doesn't mean they're not going to question how you obtained it. What was its full designation again, Megan?
AM1 Mauler.
That is a cool name, though. Mauler.
We used to be a real country.
Who made it? Martin?
I'm still waiting for this the reasoning about why the
it's-
CIA isn't killing you. Because as it stands, I think the CIA is killing you.
1 second!
Heffe thinks it's cool.
Heffe loves it. He thinks
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Especially with the name Mauler.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck up the resistance.
So here's how the Mauler was generally described.
Okay.
So one of the reasons it was a maintenance hog was because it would overpressure the oil system and simply explode the oil container, the oil pan inside the aircraft.
No.
So the CIA knows that it's not a threat to the USA because it would never make it to the USA.
Mm-hmm.
However, it does still hold, to this day, I believe, the largest possible ordnance on a single-engine, propeller-driven, fixed-wing aircraft. Which means El Jefe can drop many large bombs.
Which the CIA wouldn't like.
But El Jefe would.
Oh, El Jefe is already in love with it.
And if one happens to explode because of the oil pan issue, we only lose one pilot instead of a crew of 5.
Yeah. I want to say the CIA is going to shoot you, but you might have made it. Brad?
If those things are up in the air more than 20% of the time they're owned, I think you're getting shot by the CIA.
Well, that's the thing with the maintenance issues. It's not going to be.
That's why it's conditional. What I mean is that you're on thin fucking ice if they have more than a 25% operational status.
Also, another ding that the CIA will like is that it was a lot of its power projection was the fact that it was operated by carrier. I don't think Elbonia can afford a carrier right now.
Well, speaking of carriers, why don't we move on to warships, Vigan?
Oh God,
Well,
Brad picked a carrier.
They might not be able to afford my ship either. However,
Oh, also the tailhook kept falling off the Mauler.
That's not important on land.
yeah, Yeah, we don't really need that unless it falls off during the parade.
And it's somebody in the crowd.
Yep. Right. Uh, going. There is a little bit of a Soviet trend with my stuff.
What do you mean?
Hmm.
You have
Okay, well, at least with the tank. Um,
Axis powers, yes, but
yeah, a lot of Axis as well. So in the late mid 1950s, the Soviets still had a couple of battleships of their own, and not just the Italian ones that they took as trophies. Um, and they were getting ready to dispose of them. Well, one of them, which we know from World of Warships, has a lot of guns on it, a lot of secondaries, and a lot of AA guns. And it has 4 main turrets, each with 3 guns per turret. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the hideous and yet simultaneously cool-looking Oktoberskaya Revolucja.
oh man, I think you're getting killed by Russia. I think the Soviet Union is going to kill you.
Is that a WoW's image?
That is indeed a
Yes.
World of Warships image, yes,
There's not many good pictures of the October Revolution
or of
for
Ganget, which is
yeah, or Gangut, which is what this was before it was renamed and rebuilt.
thank you for pasting that so I don't have to type that
Yes,
because I would have just typed October Revolution.
I know.
Oh fuck off,
So
Russia.
it's a World War I era battleship that's been updated to probably an interwar, maybe 1941, 1942 standard. However, compared to the rest of Central America and South America at this point, it's really the only capital ship. Because I don't think Argentina or Brazil have been given carriers yet.
I don't know. Being the only power in that region with a capital ship might bite some ears at the CIA.
Maybe. Maybe.
I think you're dead.
No.
I think El Jefe loves it, but I think either the CIA or the Russians kill you. But once again, we are thinking along similar lines here.
Oh, not again.
Because while you say it would be the only capital ship in the area, I would like to present to you another, something much closer to home, something built right here, right in South America. I would like to present to you the Rivadavia class battleship. That is a tiny picture. Let me find a bigger one.
Anxiously await this.
So I just need to get that out of here. Okay. This is her. She has 6 turrets with 2 guns
Okay.
each. They are 12-inch guns. She has 6 turrets. I'm sorry, 12 6-inch
Sorry to interrupt.
guns.
I can still hear you, but I will be unable to talk for a couple minutes.
Okay,
That's fine.
we'll come back to you then. It has 16 4-inch guns, and it even has 2 torpedo tubes.
First of all, Why does this... It hurts me. Why does this seem like a discount Agincourt on like an American style hull?
So, Rivadavia's genesis can be traced to the naval arms races between Chile and Argentina.
Yes.
So this ship was laid down in 1910. It was launched
Okay.
in 1911 and commissioned in August 1914. It
In
was
South America?
in
It wasn't
South
built in
America.
Britain?
This was built by the Four Rivers Shipbuilding Company in Massachusetts, actually.
Oh, okay.
Was a shipyard owned by General Dynamics Corporation located on the Weymouth Ford River in Braintree and Quincy.
Oh, alright, cool.
Yeah. So it was built there, but it was built for the Argentinians. It was an Argentinian design.
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
let's see here. Yes, they contracted their own dreadnought. So this is a dreadnought. This was one of two ships of the Rivadavia class. This obviously being just ARA Rivadavia. There was
Yep.
also ARA Morena, which was its sister ship, which was completed a few years later. It was decommissioned in 1952, but they still had it around and they hadn't sold anything yet. So it was in real life was sold to Italy in 1957 to be scrapped.
Mhm.
But that was after they had already deemed it far too slow and cumbersome to be used by them. But it is a glorious ship for the Elbonian resistance, as you can see. The fire support it can offer, as well as the fact that it can do almost 20 knots. And at full tilt, it can do 22 and a half, technically. Good luck. I believe is just absolutely perfect for the Elbonian army.
I think Heffe would be interested because it is another battleship. Um, God, and it's so slow. What's the AA complement?
AA compliment?
Yeah. What does it have for AA guns?
My cousin on the stern with an AK.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't need to worry about. These aren't the kind of questions that we need to be asking here. All
I'm
right,
asking on behalf of the Central Intelligence Agency.
this isn't. Okay, let's see. So when it was sold, it would have had four 76mm anti-aircraft guns and four 3-pounders.
You have been marked safe from the CIA.
And it lost almost all of its 4-inch guns to do that.
Okay. Yeah, Damn. Damn it. You're gonna live. You're gonna live because it's an easy target for the CIA to just have bombed by the U.S. Air Force or the Navy to assist the Elbonian resistance. Damn.
I'm changing this.
Welcome back.
Is it my turn?
It is, unless you,
You feel the need to chime in about my fate.
No, I think Vigan covered it. Okay. So, you guys my opposing ministers here seem to think that Elbonia is simply made of money and can afford to field significant amounts of battleships.
Hey, it's battleship singular.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
I'm
tone
only
it back
buying one of
because
the two.
I feel like our power projection is best when it's kind of diluted instead of being focused on one specific ship. We can probably get two of these for the price of one of those battleships.
I'll have you know that this was sold to Italy for 2.2 million US dollars in 1957.
Hold on, let me see how much this costs. If I can get it to fucking highlight. Okay. I'm just getting World of Warships prices.
Is it doubloons or is it silver?
It'll answer a big question, actually.
Silver.
Oh,
Okay, tech tree.
interesting. I'm curious now. What a
Cost real life.
Why don't you? Realistically, you could probably put scrap cost, and that would probably bring it up.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Watch, it's a museum ship nowadays.
I was gonna say, just going off averages, it's probably been scrapped at some point.
Hmm.
Here we go.
Also, we're ignoring how much Vigans cost because he would have had to have stolen it from the Russians to get it.
No, they were retiring it.
Oh god, I have to convert this. Hold on.
The Soviets were retiring it, and Elbonia asked for it.
That
Remember,
is a
Heffe
large
is
number that's
secretly
going
a
to become
communist.
very small very soon.
Oh, remember, you got to do it in
Copy. I have to convert it to USD first.
and then adjust it for inflation.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, this is such an over-the-top way to do this. Just because we're trying to prove a point on whose is actually cheaper.
Yeah.
All right, got the inflation calculator up. In 2024, in 1955, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, 1957. We'll compare it apples to apples for mine.
The ship was sold for $18,000 in scrap.
What?
Okay. Okay. All right. Mine might be slightly more expensive.
What?
Do you want to know how big the number was in the original?
I have to know.
Yes.
31,680,000. I'm not giving you the
What is it?
denomination yet.
All
I
right.
give you copy image.
I got myself Flyboy's picture.
Yeah. That looks so cool, though.
Mi welder Cervantes.
What the?
Almirante Cervantes?
Yes.
Wait,
That's the fucking
Wait.
Cerveza. Cerveza Crystal, or whatever the fuck I called it.
I
when
gotta
was playing-
shoot that thing in the Spanish.
Yes.
Wait, no, is that the South American one?
No. This was.
No, this is the actual Spanish one.
Yeah,
this,
this
Oh,
is-
we're shooting into the Spanish. Fuck yeah.
this is the one that shot shells into Asturias during the revolution. However, it has 8 152 millimeter Vickers,
Mm-hmm.
4 101.6 millimeter anti-air cannons,
Right.
and 12 533 millimeter torpedo tubes in its original configuration.
Hmm.
In its 1938 upgrade. It also gained a 140 millimeter Bofors and two 20 millimeter Oerlikons,
Ah,
and
AA.
a Heinkel HE 114.
Ooh, float
Ooh,
plane.
carrier, yeah, cruiser launch plane, spotting plane.
Mm.
And as we have established, how much was your ship worth, Brad?
It was sold to Italy for $2.2 million, where in Italy scrapped it. So
And the crew.
We can afford 117 of these for one of Brad's ship.
What's the crew complement of the
566 on his, because I just pulled it up.
Yes.
and on the dreadnought?
I'm trying to see because I don't see. I might have to read into it to figure that out.
Well, let's just like spitball it. Probably 1800 to like 2100. So we could crew at a minimum 4 of those things. The Cerveras.
Also, the Miguel de Cervantes
Mm.
survived 4 different torpedo attacks. Oh, sorry, 3 torpedo attacks and an air attack. And then it ran away to Tunisia, got torpedoed again, and then was sold for scrap.
Uh, I think the CIA lets you live, but Heffe. Well, then again, you can buy a bunch of them.
Just think of the constant naval bombardment with 117 of these, apparently.
I cannot find a single thing about how many people were served on these ships.
I think you live, Corvette. Brad, what say you?
Yeah, he probably lives, but I mean, El Jefe probably is less excited about it.
I feel like his defense ministers are more excited, though.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where like he's not excited about it, but he doesn't hate it enough to kill you.
Like,
Kind of like with
yes,
my Mark 8
this is
howitzer, right?
something we can do.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. All right, you'll live for now.
This next one is 100% getting me killed, and I
All right.
expect
Oh, I
it,
think
so.
I'm getting killed too.
Wildcard time.
Right. Gentlemen, both our resistance sometimes requires some radical fervor, as does the hidden communist tendencies of our glorious Heffe, which is why I propose a radical wild card. Something which truly demonstrates radical thinking and indeed true devotion to the cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Yokosuka Oka.
Oh, 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 it's the training one too that you have the picture of.
Yeah, at the Air Force Museum. A one-way suicide rocket. Piloted suicide rocket.
What do I need for just good?
I get the feeling he kills you. I don't know that like
Like $650
he
probably.
might not like
Like $650 at
necessarily
the most.
care the most about his constituents, we'll say.
Hmm.
But I don't know that he necessarily wants to design things with their death in mind. He would just kind of be an accepting of death if they use it.
Yeah.
This is purely designed with death in mind.
Yes, which is why it's like it's the wild card. It's what you don't expect. It's the last ditch. The if I'm going down, I'm taking all you fuckers with me. I think it's the perfect sort of thing. And, you know, Heffe could put political prisoners and everything in there as its crew.
Yes, but then it might miss.
Perhaps. But Brad, think of a Sparviero dropping an Oka.
Yeah, I think it would miss.
Wouldn't that look cool?
It would look cool for about 30 seconds. All right. Corvid? No, I heard somebody.
Me.
Yeah, do you have anything to add onto his Oka?
Sorry, I was talking to my dad, so I'll um if it doesn't explode on its way to its target, sure.
Right, but do you think Hefei lets him live? I think the CIA also are eyeing you because uh this is something that like you can't ignore.
Yeah, I think you're getting stared down, but no one's drawn a firearm yet.
It's very on the line.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like their hands are on their hip right now.
Right.
All right. I went a completely different direction this time. What is the one thing that we are currently completely lacking in this army?
Brain
Uh,
cells.
nuclear weapons?
Unfortunately, if I gave nuclear weapons, the CIA would uh, kill my entire bloodline.
Yeah, that's true.
No, uh, I will leave El Jefe to figure that one out on his own. But what I can acquire myself is the fact that we have no way to deal with either enemy aircraft or crowds of dissenters. And what we need is some sort of method to have ways of dealing with those.
If you put an 8.8 centimeter flak truck in this chart,
Good news. I'm not putting an 8.8 centimeter flak truck in this chart.
If you put an M16 motor gun carriage in this chart.
Gentlemen, I present to you the M16 MGMC.
God damn it!
Famous for having virtually no armor. The
I
plating
mean, it's
being
literally a truck.
entirely for show. It is indeed a half track, which looks sick, and El Jefe loves half tracks. I mean, you have to look at it.
Yeah.
And it has 4 50 caliber M2 Brownings on it. This will allow us to deal with both large crowds of enemies while also being able to defend ourselves against any sort of airborne assault, because there's no way a 50 cal would miss anything. You think about it. Those jets are flying like what, 100, 200 miles an hour? That's nothing. You just simply teach the gunners how to lead.
I think The resistance turns around and kills you. Not the CIA or Heffe.
Heffe is the resistance.
The person standing next to Brad in this meeting just pulls out his pistol and shoots you in the back of the head.
Heffe,
Why are you gonna... You're just gonna mow down your own people with a 50 cal, a quad 50.
no. We're not going to.
We just could.
We just could. And
That makes it better.
more realistically, we're gonna be mowing down people from what the fuck's it called? The Takishit Empire, who we're trying to defeat.
I don't know. Quad 50 cals don't discriminate.
Yeah, they really don't.
Well, I can't do anything about people standing in front of the guns, but we can aim them at the enemies.
Also, you know how to defeat an M16 MGMC? Just stand to the direct left or right of it.
Yeah, also just fly above it.
It's a
Yeah.
good thing we're driving at the enemy directly in front of us, then.
Also, I need to remind you, you're putting an unarmored vehicle and using it as a frontline crowd suppression vehicle.
I mean, the average
As we're-
person isn't
as-
going to have
as-
a weapon.
As we're
Molotov
pushing,
cocktails.
as we're pushing into an occupied urban environment.
Yeah.
Obviously, this would follow the P-26s. The P-26s would be the front line. You would drive the troops close with this because you could fit probably 6 or 8 guys up there. Just it's an open top. Just pack them in until you get decently close, and then they could hop off and move in on foot.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because you're already dead for introducing a Gen 2.5 plus fighter.
All I'm thinking is the what are they?
Also-
Takishit.
Takishit? Like, they've probably got P-47s or something that they can just fly up higher and then just lob rockets and take that out.
What happens when the front wheels sink into the mud when it rains?
Just
Uh,
back up.
You get the liberals with their stupid weather controller machine.
It's
Just never let it
the
rain.
well, it's a half track. That's the glory of it. If the front tires get stuck, you just drive like back straight out of it. The best
Fair.
part is that the front tires can mostly just be kind of used as like rudders if the mud is too deep.
Fair.
I'm just jealous because it's too credible of a thought. I can't actually give a legitimate reason to get you shot. I'm just
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, El Jefe's gonna love it because of quad 50s and the half track and oh, look at it. But the CIA know these things inside and out, so they're not afraid of this at all, even a little bit.
yeah, and it's pretty obsolete by 1955.
It may be in a European conflict.
Yeah.
All right, Corbin, what do you got?
Okay. So, World War II has just ended,
Correct.
and the American industrial military complex was in full swing for a significant number of years.
Yes.
Mhm.
And they produced an ungodly amount of M20 recoilless rifles.
Oh no. Oh God, no.
And this year, those French, they came out with a fancy little vehicle
Oh God, it's the rocket
Oh
truck, isn't it?
no.
called a Vespa.
Oh
no.
no! The recoilless rifle Vespa.
It costs $500 plus whatever the going surplus rate for an M20 is. It it also comes with a small trolley, 2 jerry cans, and generally the M20s came with 6 rounds of ammunition.
In an
It
urban
is-
environment.
It's in an urban environment.
Mm.
The recoilless rifle was not designed to be firing while the Vespa was moving, but was proven capable of doing it. It has a top speed of 41 miles an hour. And it can go 120 miles between the 2 jerry cans and the internal gas tank. The true designation is Vespa 150 Tap.
Alright, so let's be real here.
I'm leaving that.
Does Corvid live through slapping a picture of a Vespa down on the planning table?
I don't think he does.
Look at the M20 strapped to it.
But you still have to explain that.
Yeah, you're just gonna bring more questions with that.
Yeah, I think Heffe
if
might
you-
go, what is this
here's-
effeminate thing doing on my table?
I'll simply show him the aftermath of an M20 against a light tank, because that's what we're being fielded against.
Hmm. Also, how are Elbonia's roads? They're very muddy roads.
Yeah, but if we're in the urban center, then,
True.
these also only weigh 200 pounds, so they can be carried on the armored vehicles.
So you're proposing strapping them to the back of the M1643s.
Yes, because those are speedy, and we can. So the other option, and this is legitimately what the Vespa anti-tank thing was designed for, was simply dropping them into the city
Hmm.
from the air.
So you're gonna strap them to the bottom of your maulers.
Hey, if we can strap a toilet to a Sky Raider, it can be done.
Or we load them into the SM79s or SM82s. There's credibility. Damn it. I'm bitter again.
There is a third option as well. You take the recoilless rifle off the Vespa. Simply drive the Vespa in, park it somewhere, and have a quote-unquote building fabricator, whatever the fuck they're called, carry some quote-unquote pipes in, quote-unquote.
Guerrilla warfare.
I hate it.
Me too. Damn it.
But it's just crazy enough to work.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, recoilless Vespa is like, that's my new
It's
band name.
hilarious.
All right. So going all the way through it, do we think Vigan lives based on all of his things?
I think between the KV2 and the MXY, he's managed to usher in a new era of cooperation between the CIA and Elbonia.
Let's not forget the fact that the Russians are still trying to kill him for stealing their battleship.
We bought it!
It's only purchasing if the sellers consent.
It was a package deal with the KV2s.
Were they notified of this package?
Yeah.
Were they notified as you were leaving port with it?
Well, how else were we going to get the KV2s back to Elbonia?
God. All right, so
No!
I think he's dead on that one. All right. This might be a redundant question. Do I live?
Bulky.
Yeah, bulky. In a battleship.
I think the
And
real
your
question
3-mile-an-hour parade field artillery.
No, 1 mile an hour.
Right,
Oh,
1
that's
mile an
off-road. It does 3 on roads.
Elbonia's mud. You forgot that part. Elbonia is just mud.
It's sandy mud. It's a sturdy mud. It's a great mud.
we have
The
the
mud
best
farmer.
mud.
We have the best mud farmers.
You are dead. There's no getting around that.
I think.
Oh, damn.
I think I live.
Of course you think you live. You're dead, though. You've been dead since the boomy.
Dude, the real question is, what part of Brad's does he live through?
The P-26, the SM-82, and the M16 MGMC.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one people don't want to kill me for.
Mm.
The CIA want to kill me for the dreadnought, even though it's a dreadnought, probably. The CIA definitely want me dead over the jet. And then I think Elbonia wants to kill me over the artillery, and because it can't be used in a parade. That's the only reason, by the way, because it is a poor parade vehicle. And also because of the fact that in an effort to spin up a factory to produce 276 Peterson, the factory sank into the mud. And the mud farmers only knew how to make pipe and hot loads.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Corvid.
Man, M42 is not bad.
It's a bad choice for the environment, I think. There's a lot of mud. A lot of mud in Elbonia.
I've never seen a mud test on M42.
It doesn't do
Or a
well.
Hakeem, for that matter.
They don't do well.
The howitzer's not a bad choice.
The howitzer gets a pass for now. The fact that they have to reverse engineer a tank to build it is, and it's a canceled prototype of an Italian medium tank
With a small gun.
with a small gun. Probably
But it
gets him
is
killed by El
fast.
Heffe.
You live on the narwhal because it looks so cool.
I think
and
he
you
lives
did
on
bring
that.
up the fact that 3 of them flying in formation during a parade with those contra-rotating propellers just making a shit ton of noise would absolutely give Heffe a massive raging erection.
The CIA kills him over the Mauler still,
Yep.
and I think he dies over the Vespa. I just get the feeling the
You wanna
sec
know? So
the-
you know how I said
El-
I was torn?
El Jefe is gonna try to ride the Vespa, and he's gonna crash it, and then he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know how I said I was torn on my special surprise?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to know what the other option I was considering was?
You know, I thought one of us would live.
Mm.
Yes. I
Here's
would-
what the other thing I was considering was.
Oh boy.
Oh God! Of course.
Do you want to know what I was considering as my wild card before I went with the Oka? Let me get a picture. Thin Man.
What are these?
To answer that question, look at what's directly behind the one on the right, the far right.
Oh God damn it! These are
CIA would have
nukes.
annihilated you.
Yep.
Yeah, you would have been killed immediately.
Except the Thin Man didn't work.
It doesn't matter. The fact
You
that you
still
were
have a
trying,
nuclear device.
the fact that
Yeah.
you're trying to create a nuclear device would have gotten you killed. Oh God. All right. Well, we did good today, I guess. We're all dead, so I don't know if
We're
we
all
actually.
dead.
I don't know if we actually did good, but we did. We did something today.
Uh,
We learned about things I've never known.
But you had fun dying, so that's the important bit.
I'm just a little bit. The fact that Brad and I both chose pretty much the same bomber.
we, we there was a lot of similar thoughts going down the list between us.
Yeah. And I nearly chose the Polky as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of similar
Yep.
thought processes going down the list there. We both had battleships. We had almost the exact same bomber.
Yeah.
You almost picked the Polkui, and I did end up doing it.
We both were gonna. All three of us were gonna pick the Hakeem.
Well, I debated it for a little bit. I debated the FAL for a second before I figured it was probably too good.
CIA would have shot you immediately.
I don't know. There's so many people that had the FAL. I think maybe they would have let it slide.
Yeah, but are you really gonna let the mudslingers have FALs?
Wasn't the FAL the standard NATO service rifle at the time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were absolutely getting assassinated.
But then I learned about this, and then I was reading that it had army trials with 276 Peterson, and I'm like, that's it. That's it right there. That I'm sold. Oh God.
I figured I could get away with the Mauler based on how shit it was to actually operate.
Mm.
I tried to game the rules and I flew too close to the sun.
Slightly.
I should have chosen the Polkui one.
I should have gone with the P-39.
I should have gone with my first choice for ground attack aircraft,
Yeah.
the Westland Wyvern.
Oh, those are cool. Turboprop naval ground attack. Yeah.
I was also going to use a Mark 22 Spitfire for my fighter, but
I thought about going with the IL-10 as my bomber. But I thought that might still be a bit too credible of a ground attack aircraft in 1955.
Okay, so I'm gonna post some things here in general. I'm gonna end the recording off here though.